KP's Video News, baby. You know what time it is.
That's right. You know what time it is. Time for KP Video News. And I'm going to get started here with this case. It's a situation of basketball player Delonte West, and you know what happened with him this past week. And I mean, the guy's brother's going through some things, and I'm not on here to bash him at all, but I'm gonna tell you these two stories here that are going consecutive. So we have the cop, and first of all, when the story came out, I had no idea that it was a cop that was the one that had recorded Delonte West and the situation he was in, and I just thought it was just somebody at random, you know, with a phone or something. Turns out it was a cop that had recorded him and then posted this video up on the internet. So here we go. The cop who recorded the video of ex-NBA player Delonte West being questioned in handcuffs has been suspended. Police in Prince George County, Maryland said they learned an officer shot video of West sitting on the curb and that it was circulating on social media. An investigation ensued and the suspension was announced on Tuesday, January 21st. West suffers from bipolar disorder and was seen in two videos that went viral over the last few days. In one video, West was seen getting beat up on the streets of Washington, D.C. outside of a casino, and the other is the aforementioned where he was handcuffed and being questioned by police. West played 7 seasons in the NBA. After he was drafted to the Boston Celtics in 2004, he played 3 seasons with the Celtics and was traded to the Sonics in 2017. He went on to play for the Sonics and the Cavaliers, then made a return to the Celtics before finishing his career in 2012. And former teammates and coaches are trying to offer West help in what's clearly a disturbing and distressing situation. So that's part one. And part two of that particular story is a story that came from the NBA Players Association has helped Delonte West financially and with a residential change. And this was dated the January 21st, and this is after this whole situation broke. So a video of former NBA guard Delonte West made the rounds on social media on Monday with ex-first-round draft pick of the Boston Celtics in 2004 draft, seen on the side of the street appearing destitute and nearly incomprehensible. West, during his 8-year NBA career, was diagnosed with bipolar disorder and struggled with mental health issues, including depression. With West's struggling condition going viral on the web, and the NBA Players Association and the NBA Players Union has announced helping West, 36-year-old, find a new home and providing financial leverage to the former professional athlete. The NBPA helped facilitate his residence change from Dallas to Maryland in recent years and extensively supported him financially as recently as this month, according to sources. Ainge and the Celtics have given him a scouting job to scout games in the D.C. and East Coast area, sources said, but West has had mixed results due to fluctuating attendance. His close friends and family have all stepped in whenever they could. Delonte West notably spent 2.5 seasons alongside LeBron James and the Cleveland Cavaliers in 2008-2010 before returning to the Celtics in the following season and last playing for the Dallas Mavericks in 2012. 14-year free agent point guard Jameer Nelson, a college teammate of West at St. Joseph, shared a response to the video. So I'm sick to my stomach right now seeing the videos of Delonte. To answer everybody that's reaching out to me about his situation, all we can do is pray for him and his family and hope that he seeks the proper help. Mental illness is something that a lot of people deal with and don't even know it until it's sometimes too late. The Players Association in recent years has strived to implement more concrete policies and services for mental health alongside the physical tolls of playing professionally. So, it's it's like the whole the NBA and a lot of the players and the Players Association, they're trying to do what they can to reach out and try to give him some help, man, the help that he needs, and he truly needs some help. And it's really sad to watch people, they see these videos and it's like, it's like a joke. It's like a joke or something to some people, but when it comes down to it, it's really a sad situation. And you talk about a person that for some reason society in America feels that when you fall from grace, that it's hilarious and it's it's front page news, and it should be treated like it's a joke. But in reality, watching people suffer is not a joke. It that shows how narrow-minded you are as a person. So here's the get well, brother. Get well, Delonte West. Get well, brother. And anybody reach out to you to give you some help, take it. And on with our next story. And this is a bank called the cops on a black man trying to deposit money. So the more things change, the more they stay the same. The bank says he made a very unusual request for several services at one time. So since when does a bank refuse a person that's asking for services? Because usually when I go in the bank, they always trying to push something on me and always trying to offer this, and this. Now you got somebody coming in asking questions about the services that you offer, and you call the cops on them. So this is what happened. A black man in Detroit who just won a settlement from a racial discrimination suit against his employer is now suing his bank for refusing to cash that settlement check. Santori Thomas, a local 44-year-old man, was attempting to deposit an undisclosed amount of money at Livonia branch of TCF Bank when the staff refused his check and called the cops instead. In fact, the money came from a confidential settlement reached after Thomas sued the employees for racial discrimination. Thomas explained that to the bank, but TCF Bank quickly initiated a fraud investigation anyway and had multiple police officers question him inside the bank while two other cops stood guard. In the meantime, Thomas called his attorney to explain to the bank that the check was legitimate and actually part of a settlement. Gordon sent the bank a copy of the federal court complaint. That's his lawyer, sent a copy to the bank of a federal court complaint. The officers received the lawsuit, but wanted to further check with Thomas's employer to see if the check was real. My client was very intimidated and upset. He kept his composure, though Gordon said in a statement Thursday he was afraid that with the police there, the situation could quickly escalate and he would end up in handcuffs or worse. The irony is that the proceeds from the settlement of a race discrimination case. So here he is being discriminated in the bank. TCF Bank didn't immediately return a request for comment, but they told the Detroit Free Press the checks, and Thomas allegedly had three, each for several $1,000s, read as void when scanned by the branch's computer, and the branch acted accordingly. TCF Bank also told the Free Press that the person who waited on Thomas was black and flagged the incident because Thomas was making a highly unusual request. Now here, listen to these are the highly unusual requests. Listen to these requests. To deposit 2 checks, cash 1, open a new debit card at the same time. So I'm gonna say that again. These are the requests that the bank says was highly unusual. Deposit 2 checks, cash 1 check, and open a new debit card all at the same time. So that seems like every day to me. this is my personal opinion, that seems like everyday bank business. You know, people coming there opening accounts all the time. The guy already had an account there. So he already had an account at the bank. So this is total garbage. Thomas wasn't arrested and charges wasn't filed, but he left humiliated by the incident nonetheless. I didn't deserve treatment like that when I knew the check was not fraudulent. Thomas, who filed a discrimination complaint against the bank Wednesday seeking an undisclosed amount, told Free Press, "I'm a United States veteran. I have an honorable discharge from the Air Force. They discriminated against me because I'm black. None of this wouldn't have happened if I were white." Thomas closed his account with TCF Bank that day and later deposited the check at a local Chase banking branch where he opened a new account. The check cleared in about 12 hours after that, and Thomas used the money to buy a used car since he previously walked to work, according to Free Press. The incident holds a decade-long conflict. Not decade, it's longer than decades. So this it says the incident adds to a decades-long conflict between financial institutions and black Americans who have long been grilled over the most basic transactions. In December 2018, a Cleveland area branch of Huntington Bank called the police on a black man attempting to deposit his paycheck. In November 2017, a Fort Lauderdale branch of Wells Fargo suspected an elderly black woman of forging a check for $140 and similarly called the police on her, and then she later sued. She later sued the bank. So I'm telling you, man, it's when it comes down to it, nothing's changed. It's 2020, and nothing has changed. It's like every day it seems like this country is going back to the 1820s. And when it comes to like dealing with relationships with minorities, it has taken a real step backwards. Thanks to the DC dunce over there, and hopefully they get that impeachment done, and which I highly doubt because the Republicans are steady trying to make sure that they throw every curve in the game that they can to keep him from getting impeached and removed. He's already been impeached, but removing him from office. And this country is a joke. It's going all the way down in the toilet. And, I'm almost afraid to travel as far as like going outside the country. My passport is burning a hole in my pocket. I'm ready to go somewhere, but then where can you go without being either humiliated because people's like, wow, you from America? Wow, you mean the place where they got the TV show guy as the president, and the guy that's alienated all of our allies and sided with the corrupt Russian government? Yeah, okay, that United States. Oh wow, man, it's a hey, you can think what you want to think, but look at the facts. The facts are there, right in your face.
KP's Video News. KP's Video News.
Peace, folks.